Hello guys, now I will discuss about applications of Maxima and Minima. So there are no general rule applicable in all cases. However, you can follow these 3 steps that I will give you so that it will be easy for you to solve a problem regarding this one. So the first step is draw a figure when necessary. Depende sa problem kung kailangan ng figure so that you can visualize the problem. And then, at the same time, you have to assign the variable. Yung let's say x or y for the unknown variables or unknown quantities. So, step 2, identify the quantity to be maximized or minimized. So, identify natin yung quantity na i-maximize or minimize. Then, i-express natin or gagawa tayo nung equation for that quantity. So, as much as possible, express daw natin yung equation natin in terms of one independent variable. So, after nun, step 3 is you will find the first derivative of the function, then set it to 0. So, why 0? So, dati diba, kinakuha natin yung critical values when we set the first derivative equal to 0. So, yun din yung magbibigay sa atin ng maximum and minimum value. So, let's try this sample problem. So, a manufacturer of certain brand of appliance estimates that he can sell 5,000 units a year. So, meron siyang nabebenta ng 5,000 per year. 5,000 units per year at 900 pesos each. So, and that he can sell 1,500 units more per year for each 100 pesos decrease in price. So, let's say he decreased the price into 800 pesos. So, there is an additional of 1,500 units that can be sold per year. So, meaning decrease in price, increase in the units sold. However, we cannot assure that we will have the greatest return when we decrease the price. Kasi 'di ba when we decrease the price, the more units we can sold, but we only have the least price, then it will not assure you that you will get the maximum return. So, ang tanong, what price per unit will give the greatest returns? So, ang mangyayari, magde-develop tayo ng equation. So, ano ba yung magiging return sa atin? So, or the revenue, yung kikitain? So, di ba? Dun muna tayo sa number of units. So, yung number of units natin, sa simula, meron tayong 5,000. And then, magdadagdag tayo ng 1,500 times x kung ilang beses natin i-decrease yung price by 100. So, ito yung number of units sold times nung price, unit price. So, therefore, we can have the total revenue. So, I hope malinaw to, yung 900 minus 100x. So, kasi kung ilang beses mo siyang binawasan ng 100, ganun din naman yung kung ilang beses siya magdadagdag ng 1,500. Kaya, ganito yung equation niya. So, for the number of units sold per year is 5,000 plus 1,500x. Then, the unit price would be 900 minus 100 x. So now, we have the function of the revenue in terms of variable x. So now we can differentiate, we can solve for the first derivative. So we have the derivative of the revenue with respect to x. So we will apply the product rule. So let us copy 5,000 plus 15 x. So what is the derivative of this term? So we have negative 100 plus, so let us copy this one, 900 minus 100x. So differentiate this term. So we have 15. And then after getting the first derivative, we will equate it to 0. So setting this equal to 0, therefore, we have, simplify natin yung equation. So we have negative 500,000 plus minus 150,000 plus 15 times 900 is no, 1,350,000 and then minus 150,000 x. So therefore, we can solve, meron pala ditong x, so we can simplify then solve for x. So 0 is equal to negative 500,000 minus 150,000 x plus 1,000,035 and then minus 150k x times x. So we have x is equal to 2.83, or in fractional form, we have 17/6. So this is not the final answer. We are asked what price. What price? So therefore, ito yung pagkukunan natin. So ito yung magiging price that will give the maximum return. So we have price is equal to 900 minus 100x. So therefore, we have 900 times minus 100 times 17/6, we have 616.67 pesos. So this price will give the maximum profit. So kung mas mataas or mas mababa yung price mo dito, mas maliit na yung magiging revenue mo. So let us try to check. So let's say ang price natin is, halimbawa ay dinecrease natin yung price by dalawang 100. So meaning, let's say the price would be 700. So nag-decrease tayo ng price ng times 2, di ba? Ng twice. So meaning, madadagdagan ng twice yung unit sold. So we have 5,000 plus 15 times 2. Therefore, we have 8,000 units to be sold. So ito yung kita dito, we have 8,000 times 700 is 56. So we have 5,600,000. Yun yung revenue kapag 700 yung ginawa nating price. So let us try this one. Kung talaga bang siya yung magbibigay ng maximum profit. So let us try to substitute this one. So we have, di ba ito na yung unit price? Ang kailangan na lang nating makuha is yung number of units to be sold. So substitute lang natin to, yung x base dito. So we have 5,000 plus So, ito na yung maximum revenue natin. Maximum revenue, we have, di ba yung price natin is 616.67 multiplied by, so yung 5,000, palitan natin dito ng 17/6. So, we have the number of units, 5,000 plus 1,5 times 17/6. We have 9,250 units. Therefore, yung maximum revenue is 616.67 multiplied by 9,250 is 5,704,197.5 pesos. So, kung i-compare natin, di ba ito, 5.6 lang, ito, 5.7. So, therefore, talagang ito yung maximum revenue na natin. At 616.67 pesos dapat niya isold yung mga appliance. So, ganun siya. So, paano naman kaya kung sabihin natin, paano kaya makuha yung least returns? Paano, kung sabihin nyo, di ba, ang nakuha natin dito is maximum or the greatest returns. Paano, tanong nyo kaya, ano kaya ma'am yung yung magiging least returns or minimum returns? Ano kayang sagot? Minimum, wag mo nang ibenta, ipamigay mo na lang, o di wala kang return, zero return ka. So, isa lang yung nag-i-exist na problem. Kapag tinanong tayo ng maximum lang yung mga binibigay niyang values. Hindi nag-i-exist at the same time sa isang problem yung maximum and minimum values niya. Dito na yung hinahanap, let's say yung pinapahanap sa problem. Kasi obvious naman dito na hindi naman hinahanap yung magiging minimum return sa kanya. Kasi kung minimum return lang pag-uusapan, edi wag na lang niyang ibenta, ipamigay na lang niya. Edi wala siyang return. So, ito, ang pinag-uusapan dito is yung maximum, maximum return. So, yan yung way ng pag-solve. So, proceed tayo sa next example. So, for our second example, find the dimensions of the largest rectangle that can be inscribed in the ellipse 9x squared plus 16y squared equals 144. The sides of the rectangle are parallel to the axis of the ellipse. So, ano nga ba yung first step natin? So, draw a figure. So, dito, pag-plot natin kung ano ba yung magiging itsura nung figure natin. So, dapat meron kayong basic knowledge how to plot the graph of the ellipse. So, paano ba? Given yung equation ng ellipse, we have 9x squared plus 16y squared equals 144. So, ipupunta lang natin siya dun sa standard form nung ellipse natin, wherein yung center ng ellipse is at the origin. So kapag i-recall lang natin, kapag yung center ng ellipse is nasa origin, so we have ganito yung standard form niya. Pero kapag wala dun sa center yung origin niya, yung center sa origin, so meron siya ditong kasama na x minus h squared, and then yan, may minus k squared. So, mapapansin nyo dito sa equation niya, wala naman tayong first degree ng x and first degree ng y. Meaning, yung center niya is nasa origin. So, ifa-follow niya yung standard form nung ellipse natin na x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1. So, anong mangyayari? Dapat yung constant dito sa right side magi siyang 1. So, therefore, dinivide natin both sides by 144. So, we get, di ba, 9 over 144 is 16. So, para magaya niya tong format na to, dapat naka-square. So, kunin natin yung roots niya, yung square. So, 4 squared that is equal to 16. And then dito, 16 over 1 to 44 is 3 squared or 9. Yung nasa ilalim. So, pag nakuha na natin yung values ng A and B, so yung A or B kasi, yun yung magiging vertices niya. So, kung mas malaki yung, kung alin yung mas malaking value, yun yung magiging major axis ng ellipse. Kung saan siya mas malaki yung buka. So, dito, ang major axis ng ellipse natin is along x-axis. Why? Because yung larger value between A and B is kasama ni x. So, therefore, pag pinalat natin siya, we have, for the major axis, we have 4, 0. So, bibilangan tayo ng 4 units from the 0, from the origin. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, we have 4, 0. And then, another one, at the left side, we have negative 4, 0. And then, for the minor axis niya, we have 3. So, 3 units above the origin. So, we have 1, 2, 3. So, let's say this is 3, 0, 3. 0 value of x, and then yung y coordinate natin is positive 3, then the same here. So, we have 0, negative 3. So, symmetrical lang siya, dito. Along x-axis, symmetrical siya, and then along y-axis, the ellipse is also symmetrical. So, now, we have plot na ellipse. Meron na tayong graph. So, na yung concern natin? Ma-draw natin yung hinahanap nating rectangle. So, sabi, pinapahanap sa atin yung dimension ng largest rectangle that can be inscribed. So, ano ba yung term na inscribed? Pag sinabi natin inscribed, nasa loob. So, ibig sabihin, ano yung largest rectangle na ang ma-draw natin dun sa inside ng ellipse. So, dito, another condition niya is, the sides of the rectangle should be parallel to the axis of the ellipse. So, nabanggit ko nga, di ba, ang axis ng ellipse is the x-axis, which is the major axis ng ellipse, and then the minor axis is the y-axis. So, dapat parallel daw dun. So, meaning, naka-ano lang siya, ganito. Hindi siya nakatabing, so parallel lang. So ito, 'di ba? Itong sides na to, wherein yung height ng magiging rectangle natin is parallel to y-axis, and then the base ng natin, rectangle is parallel to the x-axis. So therefore, we have the figure na So the next step or ang gagawin is mag-a-assign na tayo ng values, 'di ba? So, dito, yung magiging sukat ng rectangle natin is what? So, 'di ba? Halimbawa, ito ay ang value ang distance, 'di ba? Simula dito sa origin papunta dito sa location ng point na to. So, let's say this is x. This is also x. Symmetrical lang dyan. So, let's say hanggang dito sa point na to, yun yung value ng x. And then, what about the height? So, this is y, and then y. So, therefore pala, yung rectangle natin would be 2x, and then 2y. Yung dimensions ng magiging rectangle natin. So, nakapag-assign na tayo ng mga variables dun sa mga unknown quantities natin. So, next step is determine natin kung ano ba yung quantity na kailangan i-maximize or i-minimize. So, base sa problem, ang kailangan daw nating i-maximize is yung dimensions or ibig sabihin yung area ng rectangle. Pag sinabing largest rectangle, so meaning pinapertain niya, 'di ba, yung largest na area, yung mas malaking area na masasakop ng rectangle. So, therefore, ang i-maximize natin is the area of the rectangle. So, we have the equation 2x times 2y. So, sabi nga natin, before tayo mag-differentiate, we need to express the function in terms of one independent variable. So, paano natin i-express tong right side in terms ng isang variable lang? So, ang gagawin natin, maghahanap tayo ng relationship ng value ng x and y. So, saan magagaling yung relationship ng dalawa, ng x and y? So, di ba itong point na to is contained nung graph ng ellipse natin. Meaning, yung value ng x and y manggagaling sa equation ng ellipse. So, dito, depende na sa trip mo kung alin ang gusto mong palitan. Kung si y ba or si x ang gusto mong matira. So, let's say, palitan natin si y. Kung gusto natin palitan si y, therefore, hahanap tayo ng value ni y na in terms ni x. So, manggagaling yon dito sa, natin, sa equation. So, we have, dito, ising ko muna. So, galing dito, express natin in terms ni y. So, we have 16y squared equals 144 minus 9x squared. So, we have y squared equals 144 minus 9x squared divided by 16. So, therefore, y is equal to the square root of ng term na to. So, we have 144 minus 9x squared all over 16. So, ito na yung equivalent value ni y in terms ni x. So, therefore, palitan na natin dito. So, we have a equals 2x times 2, yung value ng y? That is equal to 144 minus 9x squared divided by 16. So, ayun na. Therefore, na-express na natin siya, yung function natin, in terms of one independent variable. Therefore, we can proceed to differentiation. So, di ba, in order to maximize the value of the area of the rectangle, so, we have to differentiate it, then equate it to 0. So, differentiate na natin. So, we have the derivative of a with respect to x, variable x. So, we have the derivative of this term. So, we have 2x. So, simplify ko na to. So, we have 4x square root of 144 minus 9x squared divided by 16. So, we have, yan. So, perform natin yung differentiation. So, we have the product rule. I-apply natin? Product rule. So, i-consider natin first term ito. Let this be equal to u. Yung u natin. And then, another function is u ito. Square root of 144 minus 9x squared over 16. So, for the product rule, di ba, una, copy natin to. Then, i-multiply natin yung pangalawa. So, we have the derivative of this term. So, we have 1/2 144 minus 9x squared all over 16. So, raised to, since naka-raised to sa 1/2, we have negative 1/2. Then, we get the derivative of the radicand. Yung nasa loob? So, we have yung derivative nito nasa loob. Diba, si derivative ng 144 over 16 is 0. So, ang kukunin natin dito is derivative ng negative 9x squared over 16, which is equal to negative 916 times 2x. Times 2x. So, yan na. So, plus, copy naman natin yung, derivative naman ng first term. So, we have 4. And then, copy naman natin yung pangalawa, which is 144 minus 9x squared over 16. So, pag sinimplify natin to, yan, simplify natin, then equal natin sa 0, so 0 is equal to, so we have 4x times 1/2 is 2x, 2x times 2x is 4x squared times, di ba yung 4x squared to, divide mo sa 16 is, may magtitira sa 4, 4 sa ibaba, so we have negative 9x squared over 4. So, meron pa siyang kasama, which is itong expression na to. So, ibaba na natin. So, di ba, negative 1/2 yung exponent niya. So, we can express it as square root of 144 minus 9x squared all over 16. Then, plus, ito naman, term na to, i-copy lang natin. So, we have 4 square root of 144 minus 9x squared all over 16. So, equal to 0. So, paano natin to i-simplify? So, para mawala yung denominator dito, i-multiply natin itong buong term by this, buong equation by this term. So, multiplying both sides by 4 square root of 144 minus 9x squared all over 16, we have 0 is equal to negative 9x squared plus 16. Diba? 4 times 4 times nito. So, we have, makakancel na yung square root nila kasi diba, same yung nasa loob nila. Then, 1/2 plus 1/2 is equal to 1. So, therefore, na-remove na yung radical sign. So, we have 9x squared all over 16. So, we have, yan, ito na, na-simplify na natin. So, sige pa, simplify pa natin furthermore. So, in order to get the value of x, so we have 16 over 16 and the 144 na to, cancel na yung 16 dyan. So, we have, simplify ulit. So, we have a negative 0 is equal to negative 9x squared minus 9x squared is 18x squared plus 144. So, i-transpose natin to, term na to. So, we have 18x squared equals to 144. Then, x will be, so 144 divide 18 is, 144 divide 18 is 8. So, get the square root of it. Square root pa kasi naka-squared si x. So, therefore, the value of x is square root of 8. Or, yan. So, we have the value of x now. So, how are we going to get the value of y? So, we have from this term, So, di ba ito yung value ng y natin? So, square root nito, So, substitute natin. Erase ko na to. So, y squared is equal to 144 substitute ko na lang dito yung x. Edi square root of 8 and then squared, edi 8 na lang to, So, ito anyway, di ba nanggaling lang ito dito. Itong equation na ito nanggaling lang dyan. So, yan. 144 minus 9 times 8 is 72. So, therefore, y is equal to the square root of 72, which is 6 square root of 2. So, para makuha natin yung actual dimensions of the largest rectangle, we have, di ba yung sukat niya is 2x by 2y. So, yung length niya is 2x, then yung height or width niya is 2y. So, the dimensions will be 2 times x is ito, 2 times square root of 8. Then, 2 times, ano naman yung y? 6 is square root of 2. So, the dimensions will be, the length will be, 2 is square root of 8 is, ilan ba sa decimal to? 2 is square root of 8, we have 4 is square root of 2 or 5.66. And then for the width or height, 12 is square root of 2. So we have 16.97. So this will be the dimension of the largest rectangle that can be inscribed in the ellipse. So ang unit lang nito, sabihin natin unit. 5.66 unit by 16.97 yung sukat ng rectangle. So wait lang, may pala dun, may error. So dito, nakalimutan kong mag-divide 16. So dito, 'di ba? May divide 16 tayo dito. Nakalimutan ko. So, we have 144 minus 72 divide 16 is 9 halves. So, dito, we have 9 halves. So, we have the y squared is equal to 9 halves. Therefore, y is equal to square root of 9 halves. So, ito siya. Square root of 9 halves is also equal to the 3 is square root of 2 over 2. So, therefore, palitan lang natin to, yung 2y dito. So, we have, ito, 3 is square root of 2 over 2. And then, substitute natin, So, dito, the length will be the same, 2 is square root of 8, which is 5.66. And then, yung width is 2 times 3 is square root of 2 over 2. So, we have 3 is square root of 2. Therefore, yung right value is, we have 3 square root of 2 is 4.24. So, yan. So, nagtaka ko na may 16 tayong sukat. Di ba ang sukat lang nung is, bali 8 lang. Di ba yung range nung natin sa ellipse. Di ba 4 units lang to. So, ang maximum length niya dito, 8 na. Bakit nagkaroon tayo ng 16? So, kaya nagtaka ako. So, dun pala, may error tayo na hindi ko na na-copy yung over 16. Kaya 72 yung sumagot dito, yung lumabas na sagot dito. So, kaya i-correct lang natin. Yung width nito, so we have 4.24. Therefore, the final answer would be 5.66 by 4.24 yung sukat niya. Ito, So, this is the length and then the width or the height. So, yun lang. So, isang pagkakamali, So, damay lahat. So, sa exam naman, I will give points to the solution. Hindi lang ako basta magbabase sa final answer. So, make sure always provide a solution so that you can get a partial points during exam or quizzes. So, I hope you have learned from this video. So, thank you.